Local 1700 brothers and sisters, welcome back. We're back on this podcast. I'm here today with our shop chair always, Big Sauce, Theron Jackson. What's going on, Theron?
What's going on, everybody?
And we got Mike Cousin, our Skilled Trades Committee man. What's going on, Mike?
What's going on? What's going on, Local 1700?
Slow Hunt. Hey, we got to find a nickname for you, man. So we put that parentheses and then put the nickname, You got the Polo, you got the Sauce, you got the FTP.
Yeah.
And all the, Big Chuck.
Big Chuck, yep.
You got to get one for Ron and, not Ron, Ricky and
Brian. Yeah,
We got
man.
one in the office, but we ain't doing it here.
But that ain't the public one, man. But ultimately, hey, we back today because we want to talk to our membership. We know that we had the strike authorization vote that we asked our members to support. And then at some point in time, in the late wee hours, out of a lot of arguing and debating and negotiating, early morning, that vote was pulled off or canceled or pulled back. Membership still came out and voted, so I appreciate that. But we want to come back and touch bases with you guys, just to let you know where we at today and how we should be moving forward in the future. First thing I want to, I'll tell you, I want to thank the membership, production, and skilled trades for coming out and fully supporting the strike authorization vote. Even though we didn't make those numbers public, and that was because of the negotiations that was entailed, I should say, with the agreement that we wouldn't make it public. I'll tell you, I saw the numbers. I saw the percentages, and I will tell you, I have a big smile on my face. Our membership showed out. Our membership showed not only management, but it also showed international that we are a strong union at Local 1700. So with that being said, I tell you, I keep on saying take my hat off and I stop wearing the hat. I'm going to clap for you. Hey. We did what I knew we would do and support the numbers, what we're saying. We stood behind what we talk. We put boots to the ground. With that being said, let me explain why the company didn't want those numbers out. Because it's bad for business. What it shows to the public is, hey, that local will, if needed, necessary, will take a stance, and their members are supporting the leadership and they're supporting this local as a whole to move forward if it was necessary to take a strike. And that would have severely affected the economy of the automotive world as it relates to Stellantis. And even just the talk of a strike is bad publicity for the company, and they know that. They recognize that. And it was because of you guys' actions, and I always say they follow social media. This was in the newspapers. We had news reporters down here calling me daily. They were down here early in the morning trying to find out what's going on, because at the end of the day, they report out to Wall Street, and Wall Street is the stock ticker, and one tick could be millions of dollars. So you guys actually showed that we have a voice. We have a voice, and we got our feet under the table. So I want to really want to do this podcast to just tell you thank you. I will say this. And I know me and Ryan been talking a lot about this lately, but I will say this. The fight is not over. This was the first fight. Mike, your team did a good job.
My team did an excellent job, and I got to give a little bit of kudos to them because last time I left them out, and that took a little bit of repercussions to that. But I want to thank my first shift steward, Sal Gigliotti, my second shift steward, John Maynard, and my third shift steward, Brian Curry. I couldn't do this without them guys. They did all the legwork on the floor. They were out there counting contractors every single day, what contractor was in the building, how many of each trade, and I want to thank them from the bottom of my heart. I also like to thank the membership of Local 1700 standing behind us in this fight. This was a fight that had to happen. And we have to stand on business, and this showed that we do stand on business at Local 1700.
I mean, it was a good stance, man. At the end of the day, it was a good stance. Even after we put a podcast out saying that the strike authorization part of that was canceled, people still came out and exercised their vote. Big numbers, respectable numbers. And I'll tell you, I tip my hat to the guys, like you say, the skilled trades committee stewards who actually started the grievance. The grievance process starts with the stewards, right?
Definitely.
That's what it starts with.
Definitely.
And you guys put the information, and it got to me, got to Eric. We started pushing it forward, started having conversations, and here we are. I keep on talking about the future because the fight, this is the first fight. This ain't the only fight. This is the first fight. Not the only. It's the first. And I keep on saying first because we got still about 2 more years for the next contract come up. And we recognize, and I talk to Ron all the time about a lot of issues. I talk to the whole committee, matter of fact, about all the issues. By the time this video hits, the committee meeting will be down here, which is on Monday, this upcoming Monday, and the stewards for a strategic planning session. How do we move forward? But by the time this video hit, I want you guys to know the company already met. They're met. They figured out what they're going to do in retaliation, and we see the retaliation. But we have a plan for the future on what's the next fight. And we got to be faster, out-organized. We got to out-organize the company. We got to do everything we need to do to be successful. What did the company do in retaliation after all the ink was dried and we had an agreement? What did they do, Ron?
I can't even say all the ink was dry. We had an agreement. I think when it was wet, yeah. and I think they knew when they had us, we knew we had them. I think they started planning right then and there because they actually had corporate get here. So I know you got to send some emails and you got to gather some people. So they had corporate security come down, and then they walked around the parking lots, and they did one of the most pettiest things that I've ever seen in my life. They actually looked into the cars visually to see if we was doing something wrong inside the car. And if they noticed something or seen anything, they wrote down a license plate, they ran it, they found out who car it was, called the stewards, and then they brought the people out to search their car. It's petty. I'm not going to not say that it's petty. It's petty. To everybody back listening, they're going to run and tell the labor manager, yes, the plant shop chairman called y'all petty. But I will say they was in the lines of the contract, which is the worst thing. So I want to tell my people that even though it was petty, we have to do the right thing at all times. We got to be right. When we came out, we didn't blindside anybody with this strike. Ooh, my bad. The words just got me tongue-tied. We didn't blindside nobody with this strike vote, this authorization vote. We didn't blindside nobody. And we was honest and up front with everybody by saying it's going to be some casualties. And my president's favorite line is, Ryan, you know it's casualties of war. There's going to be some. And I'm like, yeah, let's just try to minimize the damage. I'm always optimistic, man. Ain't nobody going to go out. I just didn't want to go out like that because it was petty. So I'm asking everybody to stay in bounds with the language, stay in bounds with the SOC violations, put your glasses on. Anything that we do, extracurricular activities, let's just leave it at home. Let's not bring it to work. I know we tired. We be running late. Hey, man, if we got to have a to-do list, a checklist, just think about the kids, think about the wife, the husband, the families, think about yourself, the bills, think about the car notes, everything that we got. Let's think about that revolve us having to make money to take care of it and just say, hey, let me make sure that I got everything that need to be at home, and let me grab everything that I need to take to work and take it to work. That's what I'm asking the membership to do because it's not over. That was just the tip of the iceberg. That was just something that they just threw out there. Let me see how many we can get. And I ain't gonna lie, after the first little wave, membership, we tightened up as always. We adapt, we adjust. But instead of being reactive, now we got to be proactive because now they kept running it and they ain't see nothing. The members was on their A game. Everybody understood what was going on. So now that part done died down. But I can rest assured that they'll be back and they'll come back stronger with another petty tactic and something else that can get everybody tied up and thrown out the plant. So management, they angry, they mad, and you know the little smirk they give you. But they say, you got us this time. But when they put the this time on the end, it let me know that they know we still coming, but it let me know that they getting ready for us to come. So we got to stay 2 steps ahead, and we got to outsmart them on every angle.
I'm going to tell you this, Ryan. I had some conversations at high levels, and when I say high levels, I'm talking about very, very high levels. It was me and the VP, Rich Boyer. And when I say high levels, I'm not talking about on an international side. I'm talking about on the corporate side. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not going to say the name right now because, at the end of the day, it's going to be some other discussions going on. Now, I want to shoot myself in the foot right quick. But I will tell you this. The exact words they said, exactly what you said. You got us this time. It's the this time that got me. Mm-hmm. You got to listen to the words. This is the this time. Now, as you go back and you already said, the previous podcast, about 2 podcasts back before we did the strike authorization vote, we did warn the membership, hey, when we go into war, there's casualties to war. I always say there's casualties to war. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, we do have some membership they're just going to test the waters, right? But at the end of the day, I recognize this casualty. That's why we warn you guys, hey, don't do certain things because it may create this issue. Even if you've been getting away with it for all this time, this may be the tactic. And I didn't know this was going to be the tactic. Walk through the parking lot.
Walk through the parking lot.
That's crazy. Walk through the parking lot, look in the windshield or the side window, and I see some paraphernalia or ammunition or whatever it is they see, and call the employee and we're going to walk about the premises. You know what I'm saying? We didn't foresee that, but we did foresee that it was going to be something. Because anytime you have a loser in a fight, generally they want a rematch.
That's right. Be retaliation.
That's retaliation. Yeah,
that's right.
I gave my trades a head up before we even went into the strike vote and let them know, hey, be on your P's and Q's. Make sure you're following the SOCs and wearing your PPE because it's that tick for tack. Me and Ron, we deal with it on a daily basis.
Yes, we do.
With management, it's just that they slap us, we got to slap them back, and we slapped them this time, and they're trying to slap us back.
And retaliation is part of the game. I know nobody don't like it, but it's part of the game. I mean, we hit you, they gonna hit back. So we have to be better in our organization skills in the sense of making sure everybody get the message, and better in our behavior. End of the day, better in our behavior.
Definitely.
We know the SOCs say what? You can't have anything what?
You can't have anything drug related, anything that threatening, guns, knives, ammunition. That it goes so far to say that you can't have a clip. Yeah. That's one of the things you got to be holster. They let you know you can't bring none of that, anything that's related to it, and that's one of the ones that I'll be like, wow. So they go into detail, the smallest detail, so they don't want you to get under no impression that you can bring anything in here that can result in the violence, even though we use it for self-protection, but they look at it as resulting in violence, so you can't bring none of that in there. Paraphernalia. That mean the blunt wrap, y'all. That mean the shake. When you break the blunt down and you leave the shake in there, that's what that is. If you broke it down, it's already SOC out the door. And I ain't talking about no suspensions. This is resulting in a termination. And they enjoying it. They enjoying it. They twiddling their thumbs. They making slick comments. And it's just to the point like, okay, I see where we at. We actually at war. And they was wrong in this, though. I guess that's the problem I got. I could see if we strong-armed them. I could see if Mike Hudson and his stewards wrote bad grievances. I could see if they lied. I could see if we SOC won and we filed false and misleading documents to the company. We did none of that. This was checked by professional lawyers. Am I lying, President? Right, professional lawyers checked this out. Everything was just. I heard Mike give his stewards a great credit as they deserve, and he went in there and he pushed it. But when we look, Mike Hudson wrote some of those same grievances as a steward as well. Yeah. And his name was on those grievances. So shout him out because he not only walked the walk, but he talked the talk. Like we like to say, he practiced what he preached. So he got in position and said, hey, we going to change some things. And that's what he strived out to do. Even though he know it came at him full-fledged. I was in those meetings looking like, man, Mike going to get us walked out this building. He's so mad. But I stood 10 toes down with him. That's what it was. And President Spencer was on the horn like, I'm in this meeting, but y'all, you better call me. You better not get walked out of there. I'm going to be on my way. But that's how heated it got, and he never backed down. They used words like, our lawyer said there's nothing to worry about, and he just stood 10 toes down because he know the language, and he was operating in language. And as Ricky O would say, when you operating in language, you operating in God mode. Can't nobody touch you. That's where you can say what you want to say, do what you got to do. So I shout out those trades because they're my guys. We laugh and joke all day. Shout out the skilled trades that the ones, all of them in general, because now we seeing like we are one. We had y'all back, y'all got our back, and that's how it's going to be from now on. This is the beginning of a beautiful relationship. That's what we like to say. So I'm telling y'all, all the stuff that they thought they had us on, it's out the window. The one thing they was banking on is trades and production cannot come together. Yep. They was banking on that. But I'm telling y'all stepped up and showed out to let them know that if you mess with one of us, you got to mess with us all. And I know there's some people out there but saying, Mike, Ryan, y'all ain't get to our issue. That's why Mike said this is only the first fight. So now we got to get ourselves together, get ourselves locked and loaded, and then we go into the next battle. And the next battle going to be bigger and better, and it's going to yield an even better result.
I'll say this, Ryan. This battle is interesting because I felt like there was a battle-tested experiment for our membership.
Man, when I see you that next morning, boy, you was wore out. You was up all night. I see you that next morning. You said, I just need a cup of coffee and come on. Ain't that what you said?
It was rough.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
But that's what we do, right? That's what we do. Because personally, I was invested not only because of the trades, because I was invested, but I was invested because I wanted to see what, as a unit, Local 1700 would do if it was called to task, right?
That's right.
Because since I've been here for 26 years, been on strike for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, way back in 2009, 2008, 2009, 2010, somewhere in that area. Then we did the stand-up strike that we did, which was less than a week, right? But none of these strikes we as a local initiated. So I was really invested to see if we start this battle, here at Local 1700, will our membership stand behind us and move forward as one? And I'll be honest, man, after all that was over, I was just like, wow. Okay, we fight inside the house. We do.
We do.
Yep.
But we came together, and that gave me and us collectively strength to say, okay, we ready to take on the next fight. Because we know our membership behind us.
That's
we
right.
ready to take on the next fight.
That's right.
It gave us confidence and a lot of strength. And that's why I really appreciate our membership right now. Because now we like, okay, we beat this one. There was some retaliation to it, but we're ready for the next one.
Yeah.
Now, there's some few things we see we got to tighten up on. We're going to tighten up on our membership. That's why you ask our membership to come to the union meetings, because we can't talk about everything on podcast or on social media, because we do know that management monitors it.
Man, the first thing in the morning.
Man, they be on it before I get up.
Man, did you get a message first thing in the morning?
I got a message early in the morning.
First thing.
I saw your podcast, very illuminating. That was the Texas I got, but
First thing in the morning.
I called around like, what the hell she mean about?
Yeah, we had a good conversation.
It is what it is.
That's right.
But it let us know, hey, they're watching us just like we're watching them. It's the game, right? The whole thing is to win at the end of the day. Now, I will say this to trades, and I'm going to say this to trades. I said this last podcast, they are betting on you guys to lose. They want you to fail. They are betting on you. Me and Mike had this conversation multiple times. I know one of the projects is the cafeteria up front in the GA hallway. The other one's going to be the QA cafeteria. Now, I know we're talking about some things as it relates to the medical cafeteria relaxation room, because that's why we pushed for out of this as a resolution. But the company is completely betting. I need my trades to step up. Prove them wrong. Prove us as your leaders who you elected to be right. And the production operators who supported this fight to be right. Because all the production people didn't understand the dynamics of what we were fighting for. They just supported the vote because they felt like, hey, we one family, we one union. Hey, you mess with them, you mess with us. But they didn't understand what was going on all the dynamics. I got a lot of phone calls, and I'm pretty sure you did. I know some of the stewards was like, okay, hey, I'm going to explain it to the people, but they not really grasping it. Trades, I'm asking you guys to step up on this because they're expecting you to fail. Am I right or wrong, Mike?
You're right, Press. And just to go back a little bit, this was a testament of since I came into office, me and you had a mission to bridge this gap between skilled trades and productions. We're our one local. We're a local 1700. And this was a great showing by all of local 1700. But moving forward, yes, they expect us to fail. There's been some fictitious information that's been given to me, and a little bit of sabotage, I'm going to say. Yeah, because there's some things I asked for in meetings, and you were there, Sauce was there, and they were just, their jaws dropped because they don't expect us to know what we know. Yeah. I have a talented, skilled trades force in the plant, and we're going to step up, and I need my trades to step up for me. And we're going to take this work on, and that's been my campaign since elected as committee man, is SHAP is local 1700, and we got to take our house back, and this is the right step forward. Not only is your leadership stepped up and fought for you, the whole membership came and showed that we're ready to take on any issue and stand up and fight no matter what the issue is it production, skilled trades, whatever it may be. We're ready. We're ready to roll. And as of a result of this, they are doing the right things now. Not only am I getting the appropriation letters, I'm getting the scope of work,
hey,
all
Mike,
the blueprints.
I interrupt you. Camille, you talked about this the other day. There was a cash resolution to this, right?
Yes.
Our principle was not what? it wasn't about the cash. It was about setting in stone what the contract said and getting them, because that's bigger than the money, because ultimately that would drive the money long term versus short term. So I bring it up because we can't always look at what's happening today as a final resolution, because sure, the company give us a couple of $100,000, hell, they even give us $1 million if they really needed to. We want the principle to be long term, and I think that's what we got.
That's what we got. The monetary value, I got some a negative feedback on the monetary value of the settlement. That wasn't the principle of going into this fight.
Actually, you couldn't even grieve that part. The part you're grieving is the violation of the principle, right?
Yes.
Or the contractual language,
Yes. And we got what we wanted.
Yeah.
We got a step forward to be able to sit and do this work. But my trade's got to back me.
Yeah.
My trade's got to back us.
Yeah.
We got to come in the plant and ready to do this work, show up, ready, able, and show out. We're going to have to, we're going to take it little baby steps at first. Yeah. And we'll go from there. And it's going to be a way bigger horizon in the future. You got to take away the monetary aspect of it, because that was money's going to come.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Cause you humble, and I dig that, but sometimes I like to throw that out the window. Tell me how you know that's gonna happen like that. How you know they gonna take a step in the right direction? What done happened already? Because I'm gonna pull it out you one way or the other. What done happened already?
What done happened already? Like, you come to my NOC meetings with me.
Yes, sir.
Never did they ever give me the scope of works. They just gave me the appropriation letter.
And what does that mean? Break it down to me.
The scope of work is exactly what they give to the contractors to bid on the work.
To do what?
To bid on the work.
That's unheard of at SHAP since I've been there.
So they've been giving me that, and I'm currently working on 2 estimates. One is the OB3 cafeteria in GA, north side of GA, and also the reconfiguration of the battery line, and we're going to reconfigure it with some chassis, this, that, and the other. But yes, they're coming to the table with the necessary information. Not only is it necessary for information, it's contractual language that they have to give this to me. Yeah. And they haven't been, and now it's coming to me, and we're going to take the steps, and I need my trades to step up, and we're gonna do good things.
So you mean to tell me?
The vendors list too, right? The vendors list.
I also got not only all authorized vendors list for the plant, I got authorization to call these vendors and get pricing and everything like that, because we're not an outside contractor. We work for Stellantis. It's a little bit different. I actually told them in the meeting, Press was there, was like, give me a credit card and I'll buy the material and tools for my trades. But that's not going to happen. We know that. But they have to give us the tools and materials to be successful as well. I know in my heart my trades are going to step up and we're going to do these jobs. Even if I have to put my blues on and get my boots on, I ain't scared. I ain't never scared.
So you mean to tell me already? They done did all of this already? Already. Man, that's amazing. I just want to say great job, because like
boots
I said, boots on the ground. Mike don't never want no credit. He just put his hat on and do his thing. But I wanted to commend him, because when I heard it, I was blown away. And he like, Sauce, look, I'm looking at the paperwork. I don't really know what I'm reading, y'all, but I ain't tell him that. I'm like, yeah, Mike, get him. Then he explained it to me, and I was like, oh, no, that's really dope. Like, on a serious note, like, that shows that when we all come together, anything's possible. Anything's possible. So I want to commend those guys again. Like I say, Mike, I watch you go toe-to-toe with management and let them know what it's going to be and what it's not going to be. And even when we don't believe, like, man, this look like a daunting task, like, y'all actually climbed that mountain and we did it together. So I want to say, man, great job to you and the trades, man. We here to support you any type of way we can, and just keep it rolling, Mike. Keep it rolling, man.
We're going to keep it rolling, and I thank you guys as well, as always, because you're always there with me. Either Prez is there, Sauce is there. No matter what the issue is, we're going to roll together. This leadership is strong. We stand 10 toes down, and we ain't going to take no for an answer, and we're going to follow this contract.
And if we can, shout out my dog E-Dub, Vice President Eric Waters. Eric was an instrumental part. Shout out my dog E-Dub. I seen him over there on the other side, and he was on the phone with constituents and typing. I walked by, all right, cuz, you have a good weekend. You know, that's Eric's voice. So I say, man, I got you, baby. So, Eric, man, shout you out, baby.
So, hey, Ryan, I'm going to flip the tables. Emergency status.
Emergency status.
I know they scheduled this Sunday. Was it 2 shifts?
Yes, sir.
2 shifts. That would be tomorrow. Today is Friday, but it's going to air on Monday. So
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, right?
Yep.
And where we at on emergency status? 'Cause I know me and you, I'm at all the meetings. I meet with the plant manager, so I know where we at. But where are we at? Because I do see social media. I watch it. I monitor it. I know our goal is to get out of it. You know, it was jacked up to get in it, but here we are. We don't take blame for being in it, but here we are.
Right.
But what did that 2 shifts on Sunday mean for us?
That two shifts on Sunday, it mean that the light at the end of the tunnel was getting brighter. And I know everybody's saying, Ryan, we tired of hearing it, we tired.
Make that make sense.
Make that make sense. All of those trucks belong to emergency status. So they looked at the president and said, hey, can we run 2 shifts on Sunday? Because we know what's coming, and we've been thankful. Like, everybody like, man, it's so cold. Man, I've been praying that it stay cold because I know once it get hot, it's going to turn into another animal. So that's your leadership sitting back with their fingers crossed like, man, don't let the weather break just yet. Let us run through for some of this stuff so we can get this emergency status number out of here, because we sitting in the meeting and Mike, he looked at Eric, he looked at me, he tapped me. I'm looking like, man, we got to run as much as we can so we can get our people out of emergency status. Let them stack their money, but after this, so they can get a break. So that emergency status number is dwindling down. And I just was praying the other day because they start saying part shortage. I'm like, come on, God, not right now. I just want us to be able to run through so we can get this done so our people can have their weekends off. I ain't going to lie to nobody. We still going to be 2 on, 1 off because the truck is selling right now. I ain't going to lie to nobody. I don't see the sales coming down because the TRX is coming back full throttle. So we still about to be 2 on, 1 off, but at least we can have that set. I hear the people, we trying to balance it out. We a little off on the Sundays, but we already closing that gap. So emergency status is shrinking. We roughly under 4,000 from 17,000. So I see the number shrinking, and right now we just trying to get it to 0. That way you can enjoy your weekend off with the family, and we can cut back on some of the Sundays. But I do want to let you know that, and it's something that I don't take lightly. I know that they preach work-life balance, and I understood that's what came down from the International Union, and that's what we're trying to solidify. But Sterling Heights Assembly Plant, a.k.a. the round builders, a.k.a. the company bill payers, a.k.a. the money-making machine, work-life balance is going to be 2 on, 1 off, and that's because we fighting for that contractually. And it's going to be that for the foreseeable future because we do got the hottest truck right now. It's back. When they brought the Hemi back, they brought us back. So we do got the hottest truck in the land, and we going to continue to be running. Like I said, but we just trying to get back to that 2 on and 1 off so we can get out of emergency.
So I know, like you said, the plant manager did have a conversation. I did look to you and Eric because, hey, I surround myself with smart people, right?
And if I may, looking to me is like looking at the committee too, y'all. So it's all of us. It ain't just me. Let me throw that out there. It's my gang at home too watching.
It's a united team.
Yeah, it's a united team. It's all of us. Yes, sir.
But when I look at you guys, you know, when you look at the schedule and the bill numbers and all that, you know, I will tell you, if anybody gonna take a shot, I'll take it on this one. My goal is to get us out of emergency status as soon as possible. I know summer coming up, PA days and vacation time. I'm already having conversations with the plant manager about, hey, look, we got to figure this out because they need some time off. They need some time off. Work-life balance, right? Yep. But in order to get that, we got to get out of this emergency status. And I know these 2 shifts on this Sunday, I know it caused some heartache for some folks. And I'll be honest with you, straightforward. I'm looking straight at the camera and say, it's going to be another Sunday with 2 shifts. It's going to be another Sunday. But the way we calculate the numbers, if we push this agenda, these numbers, then my goal is, like I told the plant manager, on 4th of July, I want to be out of this crowd. I want to be done with it. I want to be able to sit up there. And I told him, me and him as a plant manager, as a local president, we're going to make an announcement. We're done. We're done with the emergency status, right? To your point about the 2 on and 1 off, we got the hottest vehicle.
Yep.
They got many variants of this hottest vehicle. Yes. So we're hitting from the base all the way up to the high end. Tungsten, Hemi, we got the Bev, you know, it's all these different variants, right? Because the battery line as well as the Bev.
Yes, sir.
And we got a monster ready to drop that TRX.
And
yes.
TRX, yeah.
I seen one driving down the alley today. And it was
the RHO is not the TRX.
No.
Yeah. So, but I say all that to say this, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I still have to go back and sit back and say, Mike, you're responsible for 6,000 people.
7.
Oh, 7.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we did upload.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go back to you on that one.
Yes, sir.
We did upload, but you're responsible for all these folks, and you got plans to get 2 shifts, 1 shift. We still a 3-shift plan, and we maintaining it strong. So I mean, we're responsible as a leadership across the board for keeping these people working and their livelihoods good. You know, some decisions are hard; they ain't even popular, but we have to do what we need to do to make sure that everybody eat well. Eat well. And I think right now, you know, I didn't want to be in emergency status, but you know, I think the direction we're going now is keeping us all well employed for now and the future. So you know, I ask people to just bear with it. Bear with it. We gonna make it out of this storm. I'm talking about manpower. What do? They just hire. They rolling over for sure. But they hire you into what?
They're bringing off the labor market. So yep, and I want to clarify that we got some TPTs that went to TFT. So I've been hearing it been getting disclaimer, and I have people calling me from other locals like, wait a minute, y'all can't roll over TPTs. It's still people that's in the labor market. I'm like, we got this. We not gonna do nothing to shortcut nobody in the labor market. We bringing in 200, I want to say, and 52 people out of the labor market, and then we rolling our TPTs over to TFT. Just so they can reap those benefits and they can work every day. We're not circumventing the system. We just did an orientation with 80 last week. We're going to have another 80 this week, and then we're going to finish it out with the 95 or 70 so that we got left after that. 95 after that, we're going to finish it out, and that way we'll have those people in. And that's coming straight out the labor market, giving these people opportunity to come in. They are new brothers and sisters. We're not doing no division. We done been down that road. It's all family love. They coming in to work, and we explaining it to them like we explain it to y'all. We a working plant. Out of the work-life balance, so I'm stealing somebody's slogan, and I told them I was. We the work portion of that work-life balance. We the work portion. I'm not going to lie. We the work portion. So I do want to let everybody know that we're actually bringing people in, and those people, they happy. I ain't going to lie. I asked them in the orientation, how many people happy to be here? 99% of the people raised their hand. I had 2 or 3 that was like, man, I want to still be at home. We laughed about it, but they came in with great spirits. So I want y'all to welcome those people with open arms, and let's continue to just, set the standard, and let's continue to set the bar high.
I set up because I want to say one thing. I'm going to have the attendance council come back in a couple of weeks. Because it's been a while since we did an episode.
That's right. That's right.
Attendance council benefit reps. Just a few of the appointed jobs that, to directly deal with our membership. But I want to tell you this. It's hard to fight for people who get terminated for certain reasons. And I'm saying certain, quote unquote. When you got people on layoff and you got a line down the road of people who want to come in.
Yep.
For the next 3 weeks, is it 3 weeks? I saw the email today. We're bringing in 80 people every week. Mm-hmm. And last week we brought in 80, right?
Yep.
Was it last week? Yeah.
Yep. And then we bringing in some more TPTs too.
And bringing in some more TPTs.
Yep.
There's people that want to work.
Yep.
So as much as we, I'm with y'all. Hey, we need to have some balance. And we are fighting every day to have balance. I sent an email today, matter of fact, about balance. Somebody put in a request for a PA day 2 weeks from now, and it was denied. So I'm having an argument now. We understand that part. But the opportunity to work is not afforded to everybody. For those who it is afforded to, we need to recognize and appreciate it and move forward with it. Stack that money. Because we don't know, we talked about the fights earlier today, that we have coming. This was the first fight. We don't know what those fights going to look like 2 years from now, a year from now. There's some things going on in 90. I see it. You see it. You see it. I don't like it, but we ain't got there yet. Some things going on material. I see it. Y'all see it. We ain't got there yet. But as we pick up these fights, one day they may say, you know what? We ain't settling. Go on strike. And if we go on strike, you need to have money stacked aside. Yeah. These days that hey, we working plentifully, stack some money aside. I know they say base your life off 40 hours. I know nobody does it. I get it. We ball out of control. We do that. And we do it very well, matter of fact. But start putting some money aside because you don't know what's going to happen. Yep. It may not happen internationally. It may happen in SHAP. I may have to come back on here and say, I need y'all to support this. And they may call us a task. So please, just understand where we at, where we going, and where we could be, and where we want to be.
Yeah, because a few podcasts ago, like probably 6, 7, or 8 podcasts ago, we was talking about Mexico.
Yeah.
And it was a straight face panel, and it was doom and gloom for everybody. And if Shap was doom and glooming, that mean the company was doom and glooming, and we didn't know which way we was gonna go. We just knew we was gonna stay the course. So now that the sun's shining, let's not get the big head. And I remember back when we was on strike, it was some people that was tripping like, man, are they gonna pay us the first week? Like, hey man, we make too much money. And I'm calling everybody out on this one. Hey, I already know. I was standing in the background when they was talking about that Money Matters class and all. Hey, I need that class to be full because we make enough money that check-to-check living, it's about to be time out for that. And I'm going to ask the prayers if I can get my own podcast to talk about that because we make too much money to still be on this check-to-check business. Like, we've been running an emergency like this for almost a year. And the money that we make, and when you go in there and do them taxes and you get to moving stuff around because they telling you about to owe, I know I ain't the only one because you done made too much money in this building. So that's why I want everybody to say, let's get that together because that way if it is a hiccup in something, when we was trying to get strike pay together, I mean, y'all jumped on us like we was the ones cutting the check. So I want everybody to say, I know we tired. We almost there. But I do want everybody to realize that I'm never going to tell y'all no lie. Sterling Heights Assembly Plant, for the foreseeable future, is a 2 Saturday on, 1 off facility. And that repeating that, man. Because I want them to know that. And that 3rd Saturday, they gonna try to canvas to get y'all to come in because they need it. I just want y'all to know that that's where we are, and it's a blessing to be that. And we got to go to something else. At least when we do, we'll have some nice pockets to sit down and relax until it turn back around. But I just want my members to know that y'all know I love y'all. A great job for what y'all doing. Man, let's just keep the momentum and the ball rolling. And put your safety glasses on, please. Please, that's low-hanging fruit. Mike taught me that a long time ago. They gonna look for low-hanging fruit. Take the headphones out. Put your safety glasses on. Let's rock out.
Don't be a casualty of war.
Please don't. Please don't.
But with that being said, man, we're gonna close this one out because we just want to talk about. We want to address some of the issues that we know we need to address.
Before
anything, Mike?
My bad.
I just want to thank Local 1700, all of the members of Local 1700. We are one, and we stood together in this fight, and I'll stand whatever fight needs to be fought in the future because this leadership is force to reckon with. So I'm here, and let's roll.
All right. Brother Ryan, Big Sauce.
Man, as always, I'd be remiss if I didn't. Jamel Mims, Charles
FTP.
Archer, FTP,
Yes.
Big Chuck, Charles Archer, my man Ricky Odom, Ricky O, my guy Jabron, man, Jabron Wilson, my Smiley. I just want to thank the committee as a whole. And, of course, I ain't got it last but not least, my guy Mike Hudson over there. Thank the committee as a whole, man. Well, I can't do nothing without y'all. Y'all keep me grounded. Y'all lift me up when needed. Shout out my president right here. I rarely shout him out because he always here with me, but I call a dog more than anybody. And this one personal. He might string me up, but I definitely gotta say this. To my better half and to all the fellas I just named, shout out to my better half at home. I appreciate it because those be some terrible calls in the middle of the night. And Mike can get on me later because I said it first. Shout out Mrs. Spencer out there in podcast land because I know she get tired of that phone ringing. And I know Mike, in the morning, he need that cup of coffee. So she probably roll over and hit the ground and get that cup of coffee for him because she know it's Ryan. And she don't say nothing but, hey, brother. But I know she be tired of me calling. So out there in podcast land, Mr. Spencer, thank you for loaning us your husband. We greatly appreciate you. And to all our better halves because this is a 24/7, 365 job. So I want to say thank you to everybody out there that deal with us, that put up with us, and we love y'all.
Deuces.
What?